I'm a musician, a philanthropist, and also an entrepreneur. I play the saxophone, the piano, and the flute. Glaucoma, the nature of my visual impairment, was actually discovered 10 years ago after a swimming competition. My visual impairment started in 2009. I discovered it after a swimming competition. So it started with the crossed eyes. So later it deteriorated to blurry eyes. As of 2010, I went for my first diagnosis where I was being diagnosed of glaucoma. So since that time, I've actually been to several hospitals, been to several places, and in the long run, I actually stopped using my medications to the point I degenerated to blindness. I stopped using my drugs as a result of lack of funds and also some negligence too. My pastor told me not to use my drugs, like I was going for deliverance. 3 days dry, 5 days, and others. Yes, I was going for this deliverance, that deliverance. So that's why I actually stopped using my drugs and started spiritualizing it. I started the piano, learning the piano at June, the 3rd Sunday of June 2011. Before the flute as at March 2013, and now the saxophone, which is less than 2 months now. I actually stopped reading and writing 2013. I could still see all to 2016. Like my sight was getting blurry. I could just see the lights till 2016. So initially at the first years of my sight, I was some kind of melancholic, easily get depressed. I almost gave up on life. I felt hopeless. So, but shout out to a friend and a mentor of mine. There was some kind of distance to me, as I'm talking about the person of Kobabza. So I was like, if at his, in his blindness he can achieve what he achieved, so how about me that wasn't totally blind as of then? So that was actually the move I do, and the push I actually had. I needed at that time to move on. I moved on by the grace of God. God has raised helpers for my sake, and also in terms of career wise, monetary wise, and some other facets of life. God has actually assisted me in raising helpers. I graduated from secondary school 2010. I wrote jams on several occasions, and jammed me. I left my parents' house to start squatting with friends in an hostel. That was April 8th, 2014. So I actually acquired my own accommodation. I started paying my house rent as at September 2017. So meaning I stayed with the group of friends for 3 years. So now is the second year that I actually rented my apartment. So I started in Society for Performing Arts September 2016. I actually deferred in 2017. I just spent a year there. So, and I've actually been chasing this in my music career since then to now. At the point in time, I went on hibernation. I actually earn my living by going for events, by performing at events, weddings, gospel ministrations, and secular performances too. I come as a solo artist, and I also come as a bandmate. I back up with my instruments. I actually get invitations sometimes twice a month, sometimes thrice a month. It's actually not really stable though. So it's not really stable. It's not really stable. Sometimes it can be 3 times in a week. So I can't say it's just at a random place. Sometimes in the month I might not get events. I actually intend studying mass comm at Calgary University in Canada. So I'm actually trying to work on the funds for the processes, for the visa processes, and also I'm looking for maybe anybody that can actually assist me in terms of the visa application.
I can remember when I met Samuel in 2009, I think, 2011. So then, when he stays at somewhere at Coca, so we met at a church where I played for the youths. Then he told me he was interested in learning piano, so I took him along. I taught him piano. Then he can see, I think he can see well, but he still have the problem of the eyesight. So from there he started learning piano, and eventually he switched into flute when he couldn't see well. So he started learning the flute for some time before he relocated to this area. Samuel is a very good guy, and someone that when you are with him you can never be bored. So he's hardworking, he's well behaved, he's a guy that behaves very well. He has integrity. When he says, he stands by it. But one thing about Samuel is that Samuel has faith that he can walk on the way without anybody's accompaniment. So I cherish that. Although I've told him several times to please wait for somebody to accompany him so that he would not have accidents. He have experienced that so many times. I've met him on the way somewhere. He was walking alone. I told him, I walked to him. I said, Samuel, you're about to cross the road. He said, yes. I want to cross the road. I said, how do you cross the road? He said, once he listened and he could not hear the sound of a vehicle or motorcycle, then he would cross. I said, that's very risky. So I thank God that even with that problem that he's having, or this problem that he's having, that now he can be proud of what he does for a living.
I try as much as possible, regardless of any circumstance, to try to convince that, see, as a visually impaired person, I can as well do anything that I actually want to do, regardless of my physical predicament, per se. Though it has not been easy, though we are still expecting for things to be much more better, especially from the government side, also too from the people who are actually not physically challenged, and also too from myself, myself and I actually cook myself. I cook. I know how to fry water. Don't mind me, I'm just kidding. So I cook rice, I cook beans, I cook stew and soups. and I go to the market myself to purchase goods. So and I also know how to price tomatoes and meats. I'm actually independent most times, except for some assistance of my and the people around me. Little assistant mirrored by people around me, just to aid movements on some other things. But most times I'm actually independent. Though it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy, sincerely speaking. The bill, the payments. Sometimes we pay for darkness per se. Sometimes the feeding and everything is basically as a result of the little allowance I earn from my events, my gigs, or my shows, as you may well call it. This is how I'm surviving.